Raul, 3 weeks ago, we were on a call with a family from Monterrey, Mexico. Incredible people, serious capital. And they have been tracking Miami pre-construction pipeline for 2 to 5 years. And they have looked at everything, Raul, from Waldorf Astoria Residences, which is right on Biscayne Boulevard, Gem Private Residence at Miami World Center, Aston Martin. Basically, they were looking for properties right along the Miami River. But what are they looking for right now, Raul?
Well, Andres, they are looking for a building called Delano. What followed was one of the most interesting conversation we had about a single building in years, Andres, because the Delano Miami Residences is a 90 stories building. It has around 985 feet tall. It's located at 400 Biscayne Boulevard in downtown Miami.
Yep.
It is structured in a way that almost no one project is in the city is. Andres, this has two completely different investment products inside the building.
Two, like they're opposites, night and day, Raul.
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely, Andres.
One delivery day.
Yeah. And the brand behind it that changed how the world thinks about luxury hospitality.
Yeah. Well, Raul, that is what we are covering today. And let's talk about the brand, because without it, for some people, it may not make sense. Brand is extremely important. And let's go back to 1947, a hotel opening Collins Avenue on South Beach is not what it used to be years ago, unfortunately, but it's changing. It's like it's the new South Beach. It's not what we knew when we grew up here. It's elegant. It has today's standards. Let's say it that way. But in 1995, Ian Schringer and Philippe Stark walked in and changed everything, Raul. What did they do?
Well, Andres, they stripe out conventional luxury. They changed it. They introduced white minimalism, surrealistic design touches, a social energy nobody, Andre, had seen in a hotel before.
Yep.
What they built was not a renovation. It was the invention of the entirely new category. The lifestyle, Andres, the Delano South Beach did not follow the trend. It created one that entire hospitality industry has been chasing ever since, Andres.
Yeah, and that original building, Raul, that we knew closed for a comprehensive renovation back in 2020, and it reopens supposedly in a couple of weeks, or let's see if it happens or not. But the exact same month, the sales launch begins for the 90-story residential tower on Biscayne Boulevard. That timing, Raul, is deliberate because PMG and Ennismore are launching the first residential iteration of the Delano brand and its entire history at the precise moment the legendary South Beach flagship returns to the world stage. I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, and it takes, Andres, it is a strategy, as you mentioned before, because the global press attention, the cultural conversation, the social media amplification, all of it arrives simultaneously.
Yeah.
That kind of synchronized marketing moment cannot be manufactured with money alone.
No.
For the first time ever, listen to this, Andres, someone can own a piece of the Delano that is where the project starts.
Wow. I mean, let's talk about what's being built, Raul, because we're talking about 90 stories, supposedly 985 feet above 400 Biscayne Boulevard in downtown Miami. And that qualifies, let's say, as a super tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Council of Tall Buildings defines the category as any structure exceeding 984 feet.
Yeah, and there are very few support halls in the United States. Many currently has two approved, the Waldorf Astoria Residence and the Delano, both developed by PMG, both designed by Carlos Ott, both on the same corridor of Biscayne Boulevard, and 421 residences total. But Andres, the project's real intelligence is in how it is structured internally.
Yeah. Well, Raul, the building is divided in, let's say, into two completely separate collections serving two completely different buyers. The Delano collection occupies floors through, I think it's from 20 to 47th. And
Yeah.
we're talking about 266 units, fully furnished and finished, studio through two bedrooms plus den layouts. And these units are eligible for short-term rentals, which is it is a challenge, let's say it that way.
Yes, and owners can place their units directly into the hotel's professionally managed rental program and generate income from day one of delivery. The Andres, what is key in this, because this is a luxury, the luxury standard of the luxury that we commonly talk about. The entry point starts at $800,000.
Yeah. I mean, the Delano Residences occupy floors 49 to 75, 155 private units with 10-foot ceiling, just as tall as we are, Raul. Just imagine, it's super tall. Significantly larger for some floors, 1 to 3 bedrooms, 3 units can carry 6-month minimum rental restriction, which are designed for primary residents and seasonal buyers who, let's say, people, Raul, that come here for business purposes. They come and go, but they have a place to stay. And these are really designed for primary residences for and seasonal buyers who want not to part of the hotel turnover, which is happening on the floors below them. I mean, this is for a different buyer,
Absolutely.
different buyer.
Yeah, different floors too. And the penthouse, listen to this, Andres, the penthouse on the floor 90. Can you imagine the view of that apartment, of that penthouse?
Yeah.
Being marketed at this a small amount of 50 millions, 985 feet above Biscayne Bay, with no unobstructed Atlantic Ocean views to the east, on Everglades views to the west. So it is amazing. I can't imagine to be there and watching those amazing views, Andres.
Wow, Raul, just I mean, we're talking about an incredible address. It's 400 Biscayne Boulevard, it sits directly across from Biscayne Bay and Bayfront Park. The eastern face of this tower looks. Where does it look, Raul? Open water.
Open water, the ocean.
Yeah.
Yes. And in a downtown Miami market where few corridors disappears regularly as neighboring towers because of the tolls of the other towers, we had watched clients pay a significant premiums for views that were blocked within 18 months of closing. The Delano's eastern exposure is a different situation entirely. Because Andres, the Biscayne Bay and Bayfront Park sit between this building and the Atlantic Ocean. No future development can legally or physically block those views.
Yeah.
And that is not a marketing claim, Andres. That is a geography. It is not the most defensive value argument at any downtown Miami address.
But Raul, I mean, this building or the building sits adjacent to what we used to call, I forgot the name of it. It's been changing names.
Basket?
Yeah, I mean, it's changing names like every other month. The Casella Center. Approximately 80 events per year, including the Miami Heat games, major concerts, boxing matches. For the Delano Collection owners targeting short-term rental income, that event calendar could create, Raul, roughly 80 high demand nights per year with predictable rate spikes. I mean, we have many events happening in Miami, many events. And event driven demands is one of the most, let's say, reliable demand drivers, hospitality rates in real estate. It shows up on the calendar every single year, regardless on, let's say, broader tourism trends.
Yes, Andres, and if you make your math, 80 nights a year is pretty much um, 1/4 of the year
Yeah.
that you have very high uh, prices per room.
Rates.
But let's talk about another mm, uh,
Let's say benefit.
benefit. Yes, you're right. The connection, the Bright Line high-speed rail station is within walking distance, connecting downtown Miami directly to Fort Lauderdale, to West Palm Beach, to Orlando. A guest flying into Orlando International boards a Bright Line train and arrives 2 minutes from these buildings to the business lobby without touching a rental car. For
Yeah.
international guests and particular Latin America buyers managing properties remotely from Bogota, from Mexico City, or Buenos Aires, that connectivity changed the guest experience story in a way that it's extremely easy to market, Andres.
Very easy. But let's talk about the financial structure, Raul.
Mhm.
Let's talk about that. What can you tell me?
Well, Andres, it is in pre-construction, and pre-construction is it's one of the best. If you don't have the full amount of, you don't have at this moment the possibility to get a financing, but you can have it further in the lifetime of the construction. The deposit timeline on this project is one of the most investor friendly in Miami's current pre-construction market.
Yeah.
With just 10% at contract, 10% on October of 2026 of this year, 10% at groundbreaking expected to be on June of 2027. I won't miss that first shovel of earth. 10% 1 year after groundbreaking, and the remaining 60% rental at final delivery, which is estimated between 2030 and 2031. So you have a lot of room to manage your finance to get that financing at the in 5 years.
Raul, 2031 is just literally around the corner. And that structure means that
It is a
you're,
good
lo-
time frame.
you're looking in at what year are we? 2026, right?
2026.
So you're definitely locking in today's prices. And let's say that you deploy only 40% of your capital before delivery. The remaining 60% stays working in your hands for 4, let's say 5 years for a family office or a, let's say, sophisticated investor managing multiple positions simultaneously. That cadence is extremely useful, Raul. Extremely useful.
Yes, it is, and the market context matters, Andres, too. In Q4 of 2025, let me take a look over here. Yes, right there. The median price per square foot in Miami luxury condos hit a record $1,030
Okay.
per square feet, establishing that number not as a temporary peak, but as the new baseline floor for premium products in the city. In the 2 millions and above tier, median price climbed 11% year over year to 3.55 million, while days on market actually decreased, Andres. Cash buyer now account for 44% of all closed sales in Miami.
But hold on, Raul, because
Sure.
the buyers at the top of this market are not retreating. I mean,
No,
they
no.
are accelerating to new branded products like this one, specifically to avoid the assessment of, let's say, and insurance
Mhm.
exposure accumulating in older buildings.
Yes, you're very right, Andres. And the branded residents globally commanded 20 to 30% premiums over equivalent non-branded products. That premium, Andres, exists because a buyer in London or Sao Paulo or Dubai understands what a Delano property delivers without inspecting the management in person.
Yeah, definitely, Raul. But let's talk about something that everybody wants to talk about, the amenities, because this building was designed as, let's say, as a vertical city, right? Now all around the world they want to keep us in one place and do everything in one place, and this building was designed as a vertical city, not a building with amenities. It is a self-sustained environment, Raul. What do we have on floor 15?
Well, on floor 15, we have an amazing resort-style pool deck overlooking Bay with private cabanas and a bar.
Yeah.
What do we have on floor 17, Andres?
Well, Raul, we have an incredible Cafe Delano,
Yeah.
all day dining without, like they want. They don't want us to leave the building.
Yeah.
But let's talk about floor 18 and 19. What do we have?
Yes, we have there the heart of the Delano, the source by Delano, a full floor wellness facility with meditation spaces, sauna, cold plunge, steam circuits, and treatment rooms as well, Andres. And what do we have? If you like the view, what do we have in floor 78, Andres?
Raul, 78. Just imagine this, an incredible sky pool. Just imagine a beautiful pool over 800 feet. Just just think about that. And
Amazing. I
amazing.
yes, I hope it is climatized because at that height the winds are very very high and the cold even though in the summer are cold.
Raul, come on, we are in Miami.
Yeah.
What do we have on floors 79 and 80?
Okay, and as we have the reimagined Rose Bar and a private members club, reinstating the Delano's historic status as a gathering point for
Mhm.
global creative culture.
Well,
Floor
Raul,
83. Tell me about the floor 83.
floor 83. Well, Raul, that's going to be, just think about this. And of course, we're going to be talking about year 2030,
This is
31.
amazing because I haven't seen it in any other building in Miami, Andres.
Year,
Uh,
let's say 2032. Let's be optimistic, 2032. It's going to be Miami's first public observation deck at 850 feet with a, let's say, we have seen this in Chicago, we have seen this in New York, and any other places where you definitely have,
the
let's
Grand
say,
Canyon. It's not a building,
no,
but it's the
like
Grand Canyon.
a sky
Yeah.
deck
Uh-huh.
where you step on it and you feel that you're gonna fall because all you see is glass, but you're looking of you're gonna be looking at Miami, or let's say Biscayne Boulevard, the ocean, the city. The view is gonna be spectacular.
Yes, Andres. And then there is something PMG included that we have not seen in any other Miami residential project. 4 entire floors of deeded private office suites available exclusively to residence owners, not a
Well,
co-working lounge,
no.
deeded commercial real estate inside the residential building for a
Mhm.
family office, a corporate relocation, a professional managing significant activity from Miami. Owning your office in the same structure as your home with no commute is a forward thinking inclusion that will become more valuable. This hybrid work pattern solidified through the 2030s.
Raul, we're talking about 2030s. Just imagine this, and we are in 2026. I mean, ownership also includes acre all life, let's say, limitless diamond status because they wanted to call it a VIP recognition and rate benefits across more than the immediate neighborhood around 400 Biscayne Boulevard is currently on, let's say, one of the most active construction zones in the country. Let's talk about the Waldorf Astoria, which is rising nearby. We have the Miami World Center, which has multiple projects and everything is happening at the same time. We have, yes, we have noise, we have traffic disruption, and construction activity will be part of the daily environment surrounding this building for years before the Delano itself delivers. And if we talk about HOA fees on a luxury super tall of this scale, it will be substantial because comparable ultra luxury branded buildings in Miami currently run between $1.50 to $2 per square foot per month. Downtown Miami's condo inventory surged to 23 to 25 months of supply in late 2025. The vast majority of that inventory is concentrated in older buildings facing post-Surfside assessment and insurance pressures. Let's talk about who this project is actually for. The family office from Monterrey that we talked about at the beginning spent 3 weeks with us after that initial call, and we walked through every single number, the deposit timeline against their existing capital positions, the projected HOA carrying costs against realistic Delano collection short-term rental income, the brand premium versus comparable non-branded product at this delivery date. The view protection argument, which is awesome because the construction timeline risk, we're talking about 5 years, and one partner decided to pursue 2 Delano collections. We're talking about Delano, permanent bay views, the broadland connectivity. The other is, let's say, evaluating a Delano Residences on floor 60 as a primary Miami address. 10-foot ceilings, hotel services on demand, zero transient turnover on their floor. Zero transient turnover on their floor. And this is huge because same building, 2 completely different theses, both made sense for their specific situation. If you are a yield-focused investor, comfortable with the short-term rental model and a 5-year pre-construction timeline, the Delano connection at $800,000 entry gives you a combination that no other project in this pipeline currently offers at this price point. We're talking about a branded hotel infrastructure. We're talking about legal nightly rental zoning. We're talking about permanent bay views, broadland connectivity, event-driven demand from 80 on average Kaseya Center nights per day. If you are a primary or seasonal residences buyer who wants a globally recognized address in Miami urban core with absolute view performance, hotel services on demand, and zero exposure to the short-term rental turnover, the Delano Residences floor, starting at 49, are a conversation worth having. Before the end of this year, talk to us, because if you wait until the end, it's going to be too late. The moment the South Beach flagship reopens and global press covers it simultaneously with the residential launch, the number of people asking about this building changes drastically. So give us a call, send us a message. We would love to talk to you.